Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today our group will present Australia. My name is Ramizah binti Yahya.
My name is Ain Mustirah binti Mustafa.
My name is Afi Izan bin Hamizi.
My name is Nur Muhammad Syazwan Akib bin Syakam.
My name is Nurul Izzah binti Anwar.
Okay, next I will introduce Australia. As we know, Australia is the smallest continent but is the sixth largest country in the world. The country is lying between the Pacific and Indian Ocean in the southern hemisphere. The capital of Australia is Canberra, located in the southeast between the largest and more important economic and culture center of Sydney and Melbourne. It also divides into 6 states: New South Wales, Queensland, South Australia, Tasmania, Victoria, and Western Australia, and 2 territories, Northern Territory and Australia Capital Territory. Australia also comprises a land area of about 7.692 million square kilometers. Nearly 20% of Australia's landmass is classified as desert, as well as having a low average annual rainfall, and rainfall across Australia is also variable. The official language of Australia is English, and the currency used is Australia dollar.
Hi, my name is Nur'ain binti Muhammad Ali. I will talk about the famous festival in Australia. First, we have the Adelaide Festival. Adelaide Festival of Art is an annual late summer international festival in Adelaide that showcases visual, performing, literary, and media art. The Adelaide event of art, often known as the Adelaide Festival, is an annual art festival held in Adelaide, South Australia capital city, in March. It began in 1960 and is now one of the world's major art festivals as well as Australia's most important culture event, and also it's unique because of its illustrious history. Next, the Parjima Festival. The Parjima Festival is one of the festivals in the light of the pound is free. The festival takes place from April 8 into April 17 at Desert Park, Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia. Parjima is a meeting place where the all meet new. This is the only indigenous light festival of kind, showcasing the oldest continued culture on Earth through the latest technology, and this all take place on the 300 million years old natural canvas of the Macdonald Range in Central Australia. 3. The Woodford Folk Festival. The Woodford Folk Festival is held in Woodfordia, a 500-inch rural region located about 7 kilometers means that 4.3 miles north of the Sunshine Coast town of the Woodford. There are over 2,000 hectares and 438 event school with local, national, and international guests. And last, the Melbourne International Art Festival. The Melbourne International Art Festival is an annual international art festival and celebration of dance, theatre, music, circus, visual art, multimedia, outdoor and free event held in Melbourne, Australia in October. The Melbourne, the Melbourne International Art Festival is an significant significant culture event in Australia. Each festival brings a diverse, diverse spectrum of dance, theatre, music, visual art, multimedia, and outdoor activity to Melbourne, include performance by well-known and um, emerging Australian and international group and artists.
Popular art. 1. The Australian National Gallery. The National Gallery is part of the Australian Government National Collection. Its permanent exhibitions includes more to 160,000 works of art from four major fields: Australian art, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander art, Australian Asian art, and European and American art. 2. National Gallery Victoria. The National Gallery of Victoria is the oldest and most visited gallery in Australia. Housed in two remarkable buildings, National Gallery Victoria has the most significant collection of artwork in the area, such as a very extensive collection of over 70,000 working work dating back thousands of years and a wealth of ideas, thought, and styles.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Zubair bin Jabbar, and I'm going to tell you about the famous and cultures of Australia. Okay, the first is the don't worry attitude, which is their open and friendly attitude. Of course, foods, art, events, and history are important part of Australian culture. But what really set the Australian apart is their relaxed outlook on life. That's the reason for the saying, don't worry, friend, among strangers on the street. And the second is the spirit of friendship. The time I spent as a child with my family provided an opportunity to cultivate a love and passion for animals conservation. I believe all children need it. For Australians, strangers are just friends you haven't met. This kind of friendship is a motivating heart of Australians because it's already a national trait. Australians pride of themselves on being good friends and neighbors and not just on the people they know. And the number three is love outside the space. From the red soil of Uluru to the clear blue water of the Great Barrier Reef and rainforest rich in flora and fauna, Australia is blessed with some of the most beautiful natural landscape in the world. So it's not surprised that Australians enjoy being outdoor. And number four is mark full advantage of the beach. I'm sorry, make full advantage of the beach, combining the lifestyle of nature lovers with so many charming beaches. Beach culture is thriving, of course. Australia are finding so many to throw on their shoes and enjoy the beach. Being surfing, fishing, kayaking, panicking, playing beach cricket spontaneously, or simply soaking up the sun.
Activities can be done. In Australia too, there are a number of activities you can do there. The first one is snorkeling at the Great Barrier Reef. You will be able to get to know the creatures that live there more closely and will learn more about the ecosystem of these incredible natural hotspots. Snorkeling is one of the most popular activities on the Great Barrier Reef. For the guests who come to visit, they are also can score under the water and discover a new and magical world. Also, there are several species of colorful fish running among and a beautiful coral system thrive in the marine environment. Regardless of the fitness or swimming skills you have, the Great Barrier Reef will be able to protect you. This is because there are a variety of reefs, including shallow water for beginners or deep and wide coral reefs for expert swimmers. Next, second activities you can do is sightsee in a river cruise. One of the best ways to take a walk and enjoy the scenery in Brisbane is by river. This is because the Brisbane River flows in the heart of the city, and many of the city's major attractions across its banks competing for your attention. This is one of the best ways to get a new perspective on Brisbane existing landmarks such as a story bridge, Kangaroo Point Cliff, and even more some wildlife, such as fruit bats that congregate along the mangrove on the river banks. If you prefer to capture your own boat, the Go Boat Brisbane is a very appropriate choice as you can rent an eco-friendly electric picnic boat for up to 8 people. Next, the last activities you can do at Australia is perform a tandem skydive up to 15,000 feet. A joint skydive is one of the most popular adrenaline activities in the world. These activities will make you jump onto the beach to land on Adelaide Sophomore Beach. It is an unbeatable location to do so. Your professional and experienced tandem instructor will take care of all the technical aspects. So all you have to do is jump in and enjoy the adrenaline. After that, you will fall over when 200 km per hour to 60 seconds of pure joy. Next.
Sydney Opera House is a famous building at Sydney Benelux Point, one of the great architecture icon in the world and has a stunning location. Sydney Opera House includes a theatre, studio, concert hall, showroom, and cinema. As an alternative to a good experience, take a cruise ship or port ferry while taking pictures of the water as it passes. Next. The Great Barrier Reef is very attractive place for nature lovers, divers, snorkeling, and island enthusiasts. The Great Barrier Reef has an amazing array of marine life such as soft coral, hard coral, turtles, sharks, dugongs, dolphins, giant clam, and more than 1,600 species of tropical fish. Also can see the view from the underwater viewing station and the glass bottom ship. Next. Kata National Park is far in the heart of the Australian Red Centre. Previously, Uluru was Ayers Rock. It was one of the natural wonders. As the sun set, visitors gather to see the colours of Uluru and Kata Ching in the moving light. Next.
Last but not least, as you can see from the information that had been collected above, we know that Australia is such an incredible place for people to visit it, especially people who love adventures will totally love to go here because there are a lot of adventure activities that can be done, and also people who love to take a picture will have a beautiful photos here. As a student, this country will be one of the bucket list states to visit. Australia is not only suitable for students, but also for family because it is family friendly. A lot of activities are suitable for all ages and it can make it fun and full of memories. I recommend it for you to choose Australia as a destination to visit or vacation. It is because Australia also have a lot of festival in every season. So you will not miss an incredible event when you step your foot here. That's all for today. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Shahida binti Muhammad Samain. Next, for other information, the first one is social conventions in Australia. Except in the most exclusive restaurants, social gatherings, and important business meetings, a largely informal atmosphere prevails. Shaking hands in the customary greeting and casual way is worn everywhere except in the most exclusive restaurants, social gatherings, and important business meetings. Smoking is prohibited at most restaurants. Second is the Australian language. Australian English is the official language of the country and the first language of the vast majority of its inhabitants. Australian English is distinctive in its vocabulary, accent, pronunciation, grammar, and spelling from other variants of English. Numerous additional languages, including Italian, German, Greek, Vietnamese, Chinese dialects, and Aboriginal language, are maintained by minorities. And the third one is religion. Protestantism accounts for 35% of the population, Roman Catholicism accounts for 35%, and all other major religions account for a smaller percentage. While Australia has a strong secular heritage, religious organizations have historically played an important part in public life. Christian churches in particular have been instrumental in advancing education, health and social services. While less than a quarter of Christians attend church on a weekly basis, around a quarter of all school pupils attend church-affiliated schools, and the Christian festival of Easter and Christmas are observed as national holidays. By far the greatest non-government provider of health and education services in Australia is the Roman Catholic Church. That's all.